What's up, people? Hope you're all doing well. To those of you living under a rock, the final episode of the Walking Dead television series is finally out, and as a result, I felt it necessary to rank all of the seasons of the show from worst to best. And if it wasn't obvious enough, here's your spoiler warning now, so if you haven't watched the episode or haven't caught up with the show yet, here is your chance to escape. While we're on the topic of disclaimers, it's probably worth mentioning that this video is almost entirely based on my own opinion of the show in question. So here is your opinion warning as well. If you're the sort of person who doesn't like people's opinion differing from your own, it's probably best that you step out of the room as well. Now finally, with all that out of the way, let's finally begin this video in ranking every Walking Dead season from worst to best. "12 years, 11 seasons, and 177 episodes later, we are here at the end of The Walking Dead. And look, I even got my Don't Dead Open Inside shirt on for the occasion. Call me a soppy twat if you like, but one of my favourite shows just ended, so allow me this. What's up everyone, and welcome to the ranking video of all 11 seasons of The Walking Dead. That's something I can officially say now. Only 11 seasons of the show, and I'm going to rank all of them from worst to best. The Walking Dead has been one of my favourite shows since I discovered it back at the young age of 12. I know that's a bit young to be starting a horror show about zombies ripping people apart, but it explains a lot, doesn't it, about me. The first episode I watched live after catching up with the show was Too Far Gone. And what an episode to start with. Just gotta say that. So, I am here to rank the seasons of one of my favourite shows of all time. Let's get into this, shall we? No more beating around the bush. So, at the last place, my least favourite Walking Dead season, it has to be season 8. Now, I was juggling back and forward as to which season I like least between this one and the second to last spot, but it has to be this one. One of the reasons being, there are only 2 episodes from this season that I ever come back to watch from this season, and those 2 episodes are How It's Gotta Be, which is Carl's best and one of his last episodes, and also The Key. Those are the only 2 episodes I come back and watch at all from this season nowadays. And though I don't mind the finale of the season, I'm sure there's a few other bangers in there that I'm not thinking of, like Some Guy, I remember being quite a solid episode. Also Mercy, I remember enjoying the premiere episode of season 8 a good amount. But overall, there's only so much gun action fighting that I can stomach in a full 16 episode run of episodes. You know, at some point down the line in season 8, it does get boring very fast, and it's not very enjoyable of a season as well, because it feels like the Negan arc is already tired by the point where season 8 starts. It feels like this all-out war storyline should have ended at the end of season 7 instead of drawing it out for another full season, you know. It's just not the best decision, and is my least favourite season. Second to least favourite, it's not a hard choice. Season 7 is right behind season 8. To be honest, these 2 seasons could be tied for me, season 7 and 8. I like season 7 the tiniest smidge more because there's a few more standout episodes from this season that I find myself revisiting on occasion. The first one that I can think of that I always come back to and watch is the finale, the one where Sasha bites the bullet. That's a good episode. I also really like the premiere, despite how traumatizing it is. It is a well-made episode, and it's like watching a car crash, that episode, and anyone who's watched the show and has watched that episode will understand what I mean. Also, I do like Heart Still Beating. That is a good episode, and I think I just enjoy the dynamic that Negan has this season a bit more than in season 8. He's just like the typical evil guy, whereas in season 7 you're exploring his world a bit more in season 7, so it feels a little less stale when you're seeing Negan a lot. But like I say, in season 8 it gets tied very fast, which is why I've put season 7 slightly ahead of season 8, but they're practically tied as being not very good seasons of The Walking Dead. But yeah, that's mostly where my criticisms end for The Walking Dead as a whole. Most of the other seasons that are coming up post me talking about season 7 are mostly positives. So my third least favourite, or I should say my 9th favourite, season of The Walking Dead is season 10. One of the main reasons is there isn't really one standout episode that I can think of, but it's just a consistently solid season. There was like one episode that I can think of that I always come back and visit. No, two. There's two that I love from season 10. Let's go through them. I love the episode called Here's Negan. That is an absolute belter of an episode. I also really love the episode Open Your Eyes, because that's the episode where Sadiq also dies. I also really love the episode Morning Star. That's just a brilliant episode where the Whisperers completely just charge on Hilltop. A great episode, that one. And then I also like A Certain Doom. That episode is solid as well. And also The Tower. The Tower is a good one as well. So yeah, season 10 has a few standout episodes in there. There's nothing like there's not a Too Far Gone in this season, if that makes sense, or a No Sanctuary though. But overall, it is a solid season and it is enjoyable. It's just there's not as much standout on season 10 as there are the ones that are above it, which is why that it falls a bit low on the list. But it's still an enjoyable season though. Alright, my 8th favourite season of the show. I might get a bit of hate for this one, but it's season 1. One of the main reasons for that is because there's only 6 episodes, and though the premiere is still one of the best pieces of television ever made, the season still is a bit short for me. Also, the first 2 episodes I love, which is Days Gone By and Guts. Those 2 episodes are great. But then the rest of the season does feel a bit backward and forward. I like Chupacabra a little bit. That episode is okay. But then the episode at the CDC is a bit boring for me. I don't really find that one that enjoyable on rewatch, and it's not really a satisfying finale for season 1. And like I say, the really small number of episodes that are in this season does hurt it a lot from being higher than this on the list, considering nearly every other season of the show besides season 1 is 16 episodes or more, which is why I have to rank season 1 so low. But it is above season 10, so I'll give it credit for that. It's still a solid season though. Like I say, there's no complaints for the show beyond this point. But my next favourite, the 7th favourite Walking Dead season for me is season 2. For the same reason as season 1, it has a small episode count. Granted, this time season 2 has only 13 episodes, I should say. I would have liked this one to be a tiny bit shorter. I know that's contradictory, but there are quite a few stinker episodes in season 2 that I don't enjoy. It is the most Marmite season. You either have people loving it or you have people hating it. Also, the episodes in season 2 are either bangers or they're stinkers. There are a few absolute certified banger episodes in season 2, we'll go through them now. The premiere, What Lies Ahead, is amazing. I love that episode. I also really love Better Angels. I also love Beside the Dying Fire. I also love 18 Miles Out. Judge, Jury and Executioner is also another really, really good episode. I like that one a lot. Ripdale. Pretty Much Dead Already is a good episode. It's a bit overrated, but it is still decent. But it obviously has the famous moment where Sophia crawls out of the barn. So it's a solid season, but then also there are a lot of episodes where you just see like one zombie throughout the entire episode and it just feels like a soap, which is not what you want from your zombie TV show, that's for sure. There's like one episode which sure is funny, but is not the vibe of The Walking Dead, where it's just a few of the gang trying to fish a bloated zombie out of a well for the whole episode, and I'm like, you can do better than this, Walking Dead, let's be honest. And I do understand that they were limited on budget this season, but still, it's... I don't know, they could have done a bit more, I think, in season 2. There is stuff that's missing, or they could have just trimmed it down. They could have cut out a few of those filler episodes. Besides that, it's still decent. It's still a decent season. I still enjoy it. Alright, now it's time to talk about the latest one, season 11, my 6th favourite season of the show. 6th favourite? 7th favourite? No, 6th favourite. Season 11, I am very, very glad to say, is a good season of The Walking Dead. I was worried when Game of Thrones ended. It had such a shit ending. It really broke me as a human. I was really emotionally damaged that one of my favourite shows ended so terribly. It created this paranoia in me that The Walking Dead would end the same way. And with so many characters, like in Game of Thrones, getting killed off prematurely before the ending of the show, I was afraid that The Walking Dead would also fall down that trap and the ending would fall flat because too many characters were gone when it came to ending the show. But I am very, very glad to say that though it's not the perfect ending that The Walking Dead could have gotten, it is the best one we could have hoped for with the characters we had left in the show, and I'm more than grateful for that. I am so glad that one of my favourite shows ever that I've been watching for 10 years now actually had a decent ending, because there are so many shows that I've watched over the years that have ended not as good as I wanted to, beyond just Game of Thrones. Like Lost had a bit of a stinker ending, let's be honest. But Walking Dead, thankfully, didn't add to that list, thank goodness. The ending is solid, and also we got to see Rick in the final episode, which I'm happy Zaki about that. I just wanted to see a little cameo, and that was it. I didn't want much, just wanted Rick to be in there for a little bit at the end, and we did. We got Rick at the end, thank God for that. So yeah, as you can probably imagine, the finale is a standout episode of season 11, though it is maybe recency bias, to be honest. It could be recency bias as to why season 11 is ranked high and why I have fond memories of the finale as to right now, because I just watched it fucking 10 minutes ago. But I think season 11 is a solid season. It definitely could have been worse, that's for sure. Standout episodes. I love Archeron. Both parts of Archeron are really good. The premiere part 1 and part 2, they were really, really good episodes. I also really love On the Inside. That episode is really horrifying. That is the most, I think that's the scariest episode of The Walking Dead, because it has those humans just gone feral and cannibalistic in this mansion, and you've got Connie and Virgil trying to fight their way out. That is a banger of an episode, man. It's such a good one. Also, No Other Way is a really, really solid episode as well. It really does cap off the ending of the Reapers, you know, when Daryl has to betray them and all that stuff with Leah. That's a really, really good episode. And then, yeah, like I say, the finale. What I will say is that it's the last 4 episodes of the show that are really, really strong, but in all, the ending was good, and that's why I'm so grateful for season 11 existing the way that it does, because it definitely could have been worse, and I'm so grateful that it ended in a good way. Alright, next, my next favourite, my 5th favourite season of The Walking Dead is season 3. I have a lot of nostalgia for this one. I remember just being so hooked on the show, because season 1 made me a Walking Dead fan. Season 2, yeah, same story. But then season 3 made me fall in love with it, like made me a die-hard fan. Season 3 is really where I latched onto it emotionally. Season 3 is also the season where we lose so many of our favourite characters. Like, we lose Laurie, we lose T-Dog, we lose Andrea, we lose Merle. We lose so many characters in season 3, the body count is so high. But, yeah, season 3 was great. I'll go through some of the standout episodes now. Okay, so we've got Seed, which is the premiere, a great episode. I also really love Killer Within. I also really like This Sorrowful Life, for obvious reasons. Just, obviously Prey as well, that's another really good one. Home is a really, really good one as well. Clear as well is really good because of Morgan returning briefly. There's no filler, that's for sure. Season 3 is just full pelt, just excitement the whole way through. It really is an action drama, season 3. Okay, my 4th favourite season of The Walking Dead is season 4. This one, much like season 3, even more so actually, which is why it ranked a bit higher than season 3. Season 4 has so much nostalgia for me. Season 4 is the season that I started on, like I said at the start of this video. Too Far Gone was my first episode that I watched live. It's a great era for the show, especially the second half of the season when we have all of the gangs split up in different subgroups. I also like Internment as well, that's a really, really good episode. 30 Days Without an Accident is a good episode as well. I also like After, because that's another strong episode for Carl. I also like Alone, The Grove, Us, and then A. Those 3 final episodes are perfect episodes as well. The perfect trilogy to end season 4. But yeah, great season. Another great season, go Shocker. Now we're moving into the top 3. These 3 seasons are literally perfect in my eyes. These seasons have no filler. Every episode I at least enjoy on a base level. Let's go through them. My 3rd favourite season of The Walking Dead is season 9. When season 9 first came out, I thought it was my number 1 favourite season. It's dropped a bit, but that's only because I'm looking at the seasons objectively now as to which ones are objectively better made. And season 9 does drop a tiny bit, but it's still so strong. There are so many standout episodes in there, and the fact that there was so much going wrong behind the scenes, so many actors wanted to leave the show, and yet they still pulled it off. They still made a belter of a season. First of all, Rick's final episode, What Comes After, one of my favourites of the whole show. It is just such a good one, man. I also really love The Calm Before, for obvious reasons. The Pike scene is madness, honestly. The Obliged is a great episode. I also really, really love Scars. That's a really, really good episode. Evolution, the one where we lose Jesus as well. The Storm is a really unique episode, but I really, really enjoyed that one too. Checkpoint and Guardians is a really good two-parter that I really like in Walking Dead as well. Just excellent season. Great the whole way through. There are so many iconic moments in the show in season 9 as well. Like I say, the Pike scene and Rick blowing up the bridge. Just chef's kiss. Mwah. Beautiful stuff, honestly. Right, my second favourite Walking Dead season is season 6, which obviously means that my number one favourite is season 5. But let's talk about season 6 really quick, because this one deserves some praise, definitely. If season 6 didn't have the one really annoying thing about it, where it left us on a cliffhanger at the end, then it would be my number one season. But looking at it now objectively, season 6 is the second best for me, but just because we were left on that POV cliffhanger of Negan bashing in the cameraman's skull. I don't like that ending for the season. What they should have done is have season 6 end with Negan killing Abraham, and then season 7 start with Negan killing Glenn. That was the by far smarter decision, but they didn't go for it, which is really upsetting because that was such an easy fix. It's still a good season. That's the only thing that kind of lets it down, is its ending. And if you know me, the ending is the most important part of a story, and season 6 ending like that is a bit of a shame. But let's go through the positives now that the only negative has been addressed. The first 3 episodes, let's just talk about that real quick. Really good stuff. First Time Again, JSS, and Thank You is a 3-part brilliant episode. Also, No Way Out is a great episode. Start to finish is really, really good. I also really, really like The Next World and Not Tomorrow Yet. Those are some really, really good episodes as well. It's just another banger season. But yeah, season 6, second best. Now let's talk about season 5. Season 5 is a great beginning and a great ending, and most of the middle is fantastic as well, which is why it landed in at number 1 as being my absolute favourite season of the show. No Sanctuary. Case in point, number 1, Exhibit A, great episode. One of the best episodes of the whole show. It's up there like top 3 for me. My god, the entire first 3 episodes of this season are good. I love that one. I love Strangers, because that is just a really good episode of going to the meeting Father Gabriel. And also episode 3, 4 Walls and a Roof, where the Rick's group fucking slaughters the cannibals. What's happening and what's going on? That is a great episode where we lose Tyrese, sadly, but it is a great episode where we see the hallucinations of characters that we've lost from a few seasons ago. Great episode, that one. Ah, God, so good. Also, Spend, Try and Conquer. That's a great 3-part finale for season 5. I love those episodes. Oh, I got a message there. That was really loud. Jesus. Also, Coda was a really, really good episode. I love the stuff that happens to Beth in the hospital. I just would have preferred it if she didn't die, just because we spend so much time bringing her back into the show just to kill her off at the end of that storyline. Felt a little bit anticlimactic, but that's my only kind of complaint with that. But besides that, it's great stuff. Ah, God, what a good season. What a good show, man. I'll just talk freeform here. I mean, here's my listing real quick before I talk about the show as a whole. Season 5 best, then season 6, then season 9, then season 4, then season 3. Then I've forgotten what the other one is. Oh yeah, season 11, season 2, season 1, season 10, then season 7, and then season 8. There's my ranking. They're right here, probably. Or over here? I don't know. The suspense is killing me. I guess we'll find out in editing which side I put the list on. But yeah, there's my ranking. Yeah, I'm just... Because, like I say, before recording this video, I'd literally just jumped off the back of watching the final episode, and I'm just really grateful that, like I say, that one of my favourite shows of all time got a good ending, but it is also bittersweet because it's over now, and what the fuck do I do now? I have to go fucking live my life. After spending 10 years, not obsessing, but, well, it was obsessing, let's be honest, over a horror show. It's time to find another show to emotionally latch onto, I guess. That's really great. I'm just still blown away that the show is over. 12 years of television, and 10 years of that television I watched religiously and concurrently. Yeah, crazy stuff. I think I'll wrap it up here. I'm just in a very thoughtful mood right now. Like, it's so weird that it's over. I do actually have some footage of me watching the finale. I'll just insert it here if you want to see it. Today is finally the day when The Walking Dead Season 11 and series finale finally comes out and concludes. This is 12 years of show history that's ending here. I started watching The Walking Dead when I was 12 years old, so 10 years later, we're finally here watching the final episode. Lights off. Curtains closed, thank you. And sit down and relax, and I guess I'll just see you on the other side. I'm gonna go ahead and watch it now. It's all ready, it's teed up. I'm almost scared to press start because this is the last one. There's no more after this. Fuck it, let's do it. Oh, full screen, let's do this. Here we go, fellas. It's finally time. Oh shit, they've updated the music for this final one as well. I'm not going to record my entire reaction of this episode, by the way. I'm just like, oh my god. I've got goosebumps, dude. I've got actual chills. The logo's more bloody now. Alright, I'm going to enjoy this and I'll see you on the other side. And there you go. It's all over. The show's finished. What a ride that final episode was. I'm gonna get on and make that season ranking video now, I guess. Cool stuff. But there you go. Finale's over, video's over, the show is over. There you go. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Hope you guys enjoyed this ranking video. If you have a different ranking, stick them in the comments. Please don't get into a fight with me though if my opinion is different than yours. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Goodbye. And there you have it. That's all she wrote for this video, and that is also all she wrote for The Walking Dead, at least as far as the original television series is concerned. And with the series being officially over now, I want to take the opportunity to say this heartfelt thank you to the cast, the crew, the writers, everyone who made The Walking Dead as special as it was. To me and to everyone else who watched this show over the years. It really was a landmark in television, and I count myself very lucky and proud to call myself a fan of this show.